Welcome to Hack Your API First. In this module, we're going to take a look at leaky APIs, so APIs that disclose information that they shouldn't, and hidden APIs, or in other words, APIs that the developer didn't think people would find, yet are discoverable via a number of ways. Now I'm going to walk you through some examples of this in both the sample vulnerable app and also some real-world apps that are out there today. But before I do that, I'd like to take you through a story that perfectly illustrates the risks we're going to be talking about in this module. Back in 2011, I wrote a blog post about a risk in a mobile app which had the potential to impact the privacy of shoppers at our local Westfield shopping centre here in Sydney, Australia. This blog post got a lot of media attention, and everyone was frankly a little bit outraged that an organisation would put out an app that took such a casual approach to people's privacy. Let me walk you through what the app did. The premise of the app was that when you go shopping in the Westfield shopping centre in Bondi, Sydney, there's a good chance that after a busy day of hard shopping, you may forget where you left your car parked. So what you could do is open up the app, and this is the app in front of you here, search for your number plate, and it would show you 4 pictures of vehicles with number plates close to the one you are searching for. I say close because this is obviously an OCR process, an optical character recognition process, where the number plates of the vehicles are photographed via the service and then identified by the software and converted to plain text with some degree of confidence. So you search for the vehicle and you get 4 results, like you see here. They're pretty small pictures, thumbnails. You can't quite make out the number plate. By design, it's not disclosing the actual plate of the vehicle in the car park. And of course, it's limiting it to only 4 results. So inevitably, the thinking here was that the risk to privacy was minimized. Can't really read the plate, only 4 results. Now, when you found the vehicle you were looking for, you'd tap it, and it would show a map of where the car was located. Very handy, and now you can just wander over to your vehicle without trawling through the car park the rest of the afternoon, trying to remember where you parked. Now, on the surface of it, this seems fine. And it was only when I actually proxied the data through Fiddler, doing exactly what we saw in the last module, that I found something rather interesting. Let's have a look at the JSON response when a vehicle was searched for. This is what it looks like. And you can see that there's actually quite a lot of information here. All of this is about just one vehicle. Clearly the information here includes things like a map, so what image should be shown once someone selects the vehicle, information about the sensor that's actually taken the picture of the vehicle, a whole bunch of timestamp data, and the bit that I've highlighted, the visit information. And what we can see on the visit information is the plain text of the license plate. In this case, AWC 11A. Now immediately, this poses a risk because it actually gives us the plain text version of the plate. You could start enumerating through potential plates and actually pulling this data back out. You could automate that. But the service did only return 4 results. So not that bad, right? You'd have to enumerate through quite a large number of results. The problem was the limit of 4 results was specified by a query string. So you could change it to 40 or 400 or 4,000, in which case you'd get the result for every single parking bay in the shopping centre, because there's only about 2,500 of them. Not only could you get those 2,500 results, but you could replay the query over and over and over again, perhaps say every minute, and have a very good profile of the vehicles that come and go from the shopping centre. Clearly, this is a serious privacy risk because now you can track the movements of vehicles. And ultimately, because a number plate really is personally identifiable information, you can pretty reliably tie it back to just one or two individuals. This posed a really serious privacy risk. Now we're going to have a look at a similar example of this in the sample app throughout the rest of this module. But there's one other thing that this particular Westfield implementation did that I'm also going to talk about in this module, and that is that it exposed the administration facilities to control the parking sensors. So think about things like the signs that show you the number of bays that are currently available in many modern day car parks, the messages shown on boards. All of these were controlled by a web interface that the exposure of this API effectively made publicly available. And again, I'm going to show you how easy it is to locate those sort of risks throughout the remainder of this module. So I hope that gives you some real-world context to the sort of things we're about to look at. These are not hypothetical. These happen, and this certainly isn't the only example. Let's go and take a look at that vulnerable mobile app now.